Hello, fellow diggers. Penny Digger here. I bet you couldn't guess that, could you? Anyway, guys, those of you who follow my vids remember back before I had to go and have my amputation and everything, I was driving to pain management and I got stopped. And that was my first inclination, my first clue that my insurance had been revoked and my tag had been suspended. I had no idea. Thank God I wasn't involved in an accident, and the way I found out was when they came to arrest me because I didn't have insurance. I can just imagine if I'd been in a really bad accident and somebody had been hurt or, God forbid, killed. That would have been awful. But the way they knew to suspend my tag was apparently my insurance company did inform the state of Georgia that I didn't have insurance anymore, and the state of Georgia suspended my tag. I just wish they had showed me the same courtesy and had let me know that I didn't have insurance anymore. Now, I've got Geico. Those of you here in the States know Geico is a pretty good company. Those of you over in the UK and down in Australia and all, you may not know much about Geico. Well, Australia you should, since we got a little Australian gecko lizard that's selling the Geico insurance. He's got the Australian accent and everything. He's great. But anyway, they swear up and down that they sent me notification, but I never got it. And unless they send it to me certified, I don't know any way they could show that I did get it. But they say that they sent it to me, and of course, you know, the state and the courts and everything, they stick with the insurance companies. They don't care what we say. But anyway, today was the day I had to go to court for that mess. No insurance and driving on a suspended tag. Well, my mother took me up there and we found the courthouse and everything, and she went in to talk to him because somebody had told her that we could pay the fine ahead of time. And I said, yeah, but they had told my wife that the fine was pretty substantial. So she went in to find out, and she came out and she said, well, they said we could go ahead and pay the fine, that it's $293 to pay the fine. And I said, wow, that's quite a bit less than what they told Kathy it was. She said, well, what do you want to do? I can pay the fine, and then when we get home, we'll take that last gold coin of yours and take it up to the coin shop and sell it, and that'll give me most of my money back. I was like, well, alright, I think the best thing to do is just go ahead and get it over with. We'll pay the fine. So we went in there, and I gave the clerk of court my ticket, and she said, now this is all you got, is this ticket? And I said, well, that's everything they gave me. And she looked and she's like, oh, I didn't see this other ticket back here. This is driving on suspended tag. That's a $700 fine right there. She said, I'm gonna give your mother, I'm gonna credit her back her $293. You need to talk to the judge. Well, the only way that you can really get to talk to the judge is if you plead not guilty. Then they set you up a new court date, and you come back in and you get a chance to state your case to the court. If you plead guilty or nolo, you have to sit there through the entire reading of the roll or whatever, and everybody's plea. And then they gradually get to you again, and the court gets you up in front of them, and they ask you a few questions, but you don't get to state your case at all. You just get to answer some questions. So in order to go back and be able to state my case to the court, the only thing I could do was plead not guilty. So that's what I did, and in 2 weeks I get to go back and tell the court why. I mean, I know technically I'm guilty. I was driving with no insurance and a suspended tag, but I had no clue that I had no insurance or a suspended tag. And Mama's all worried about, well, how in the world are we going to pay this $1,000 fine? And I don't know. I mentioned to one of my nurses that, you know, I hope to God they don't try to put me in jail. And she started laughing. She said, no, they're not going to put you in jail, because if they put you in jail, then they've got to pay all your medical costs. And they don't want to do that. No, they don't want to do that, but there's no guarantee that they would do what I need to get done. I mean, I need to get my stump healed up, get a prosthetic and all this other stuff. There's no guarantee that the county or the state is going to say, okay, we're going to take care of all this, we're going to get you a prosthetic. They may just keep me in that damn wheelchair and get a nurse to come in there every few days. I could end up, without the proper treatment, I could end up losing my left leg. And then if I got infection in my right leg from the falls, I could end up losing more of my right leg. So no, they don't want to take on my medical, but I don't want them to take on my medical either. My God, I don't need any more to go wrong than I've already had go wrong. So I don't know what in the world I'm going to do either. I don't know how in the world I'm going to come up with $1,000 to pay that fine. I don't have a clue. And I got enough problems as it is. What with getting my prosthetic and getting this temporary ramp built. I had a friend of mine, and I don't know that. I mean, there's no reason for him to have said he was doing what he said he was doing if he wasn't. So I don't have any reason to think that he was lying to me. But I got a friend of mine that said he was taking up some donations for me, and he was going to send me a money order. I'm going to put it in the mail Friday before last. Well, this past Friday was a week, and I still haven't gotten it. And I took some of my bill money and gave it to my ex-brother-in-law, because he's got his own shop where they can build this temporary ramp inside the shop and not have to get out here in this heat index of like 105 heat and get heat stroke and everything. They can build it in the air-conditioned comfort, or if not air-conditioned, at least with the fans going in his shop. And when they have it done, then they can pick it up and put it on one of his little lowboy trailers and bring it out here and all they got to do is set it out. So I let him have some of my bill money to get started on building the frame for it. Because this friend of mine told me he was getting me one money order in the mail. And he said, and then I'm taking up some more money for you, so you'll be getting more too, to go towards getting this ramp built. And I had no reason to doubt him. I still don't really have any reason to doubt him, even though it hadn't got here yet. But I can't see that he would tell me, you know, I'm raising all this money for you, and I got a money order coming to you, and then I got some more that I'm still trying to get together, and I'll send you some more later. No reason for him to say that if he didn't mean it. So I got no reason to doubt that he's doing exactly what he said he was doing. But in the meantime, I've got 3 bills that I had to make partial payments on, because I put some of my bill money towards getting the framework and all started. And then I get hit with this damn $1,000 fine. So if any of you out there has got a magic lamp that I can borrow for a weekend where I can rub it and get the genie to pop out for 3 wishes, or if you got any other bright ideas of how I can come up with this money to pay back what I gave to my brother-in-law for the framework, and come up with this money for this fine. If any of you have any ideas, let me know, please. I sure can't ask any of y'all to do anything else. You stepped up to the plate so eloquently to help me when I had my amputation and I needed all this stuff, and that's more than I could have ever asked you to do, and you did it anyway. And most of you didn't even know me. I mean, there was a lot of you that helped out that did know me and had been watching my videos for a while, but there was a lot of you that helped out that didn't know me at all, so I still thank y'all. But if any of you have any good ideas on how I can pull this fat out of the fire, let me know. Huh? And I'm still open for that magic lamp if you got one that I can borrow for a little while. In the meantime, gentlemen, since I'm rapidly approaching that 15-minute mark and they're about to cut me loose, I'm just going to jump off of here. And I will talk to all of y'all later. So take care. This is your one and only Penny Digger. At least I hope I'm your one and only Penny Digger, because if there's more than one of me out there, oh my God, we got problems. But this is your one and only Penny Digger, guys, and we're out.